Hey everyone, it's Christos here, aka the FRAG, and today I'm going to be doing a product review on my brand new Warwick Gnome Pro Bass Cab, which is a 300 watt, 4 ohm, 15 inch piezo tweeter cabinet. Now before I get started, please hit like, subscribe. I'm irregularly putting out with videos, whether it's playing along to my favourite songs on my bass or my electric guitar, doing product reviews. And if you want to leave comments, please, I encourage you to leave comments, but all I ask is that if you want to disagree with me or disagree with anyone else, please do so with love, kindness and respect, which we all deserve. It's a basic human right. So what I'm going to do, also I should add, is that in the description I'm going to have two links. One is a link to the review that I did of the Warwick Gnome head, and the other link is when I actually played along to a favourite Australian classic rock track on my bass, Forever Now by Cold Chisel, and I played along using the Warwick Gnome head and cabinet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take the phone and just walk around the cab and just show you some things, and I've got my little torch here, which I'll show you why. All right, bear with me. This is cutting edge video editing and video technology here, folks. So what I've done is I've just placed it here, and you'll see you've got the steel grill here. And the thing I love about, and behind the steel grill, there's like a fabric material, so you can't actually see the speaker, but the speaker's in the center and the tweeter is in the top right-hand corner. And the thing I like also, it's just the little touches. You'll see here where the Warwick emblem is, the grill has actually been indented, and that way the actual emblem is embedded into that indent, which is really, really cool. Now, the actual finish is not your traditional Tolex. It's like an epoxy, industrial epoxy rough finish that's actually sprayed onto the actual cabinet. So you're starting to see more and more amp and cabinet manufacturers using this technology rather than your usual having people standing around, sometimes multiple people on one cabinet, as I've seen on some Mesa Boogie videos, applying the Tolex, gluing it, letting it dry and so forth. So this is sprayed on. I could imagine it's a lot more cost efficient, a lot more time efficient as well. And you've got these 12 screw side handles, which I think it looks so cool. It just gives it a very formidable stance. And in terms of dimensions, it's about 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters by around 46 centimeters back. And it weighs around 21 kilos. So it's not heavy by any stretch of the imagination, and certainly not heavy like the olden days where, bassists and roadies would come touring with your Ampeg SVTs, which were like 90 pounds, and then you had your coffin or your refrigerator speaker cabinets, the 8x10s. So let's do a bit of a walk around. And then if we come to the back here, now you'll see that there's only one speaker input. Now this is a combi unit which allows you to either use a 1/4 inch or 6.5 millimeter speaker cable or a speak on cable as well. Now you'll see that there's only one, and the reason being is that the Warwick designed their speaker cabinet so if it's only got one input, speaker input, it's a 4 ohm cab. If it had two, it would be 8 ohm. So that's one thing you need to be mindful of. And also you've got your tweeter dial here, or your tweeter volume, which allows you to rotate the dial to your desired level, which is great because for me, most of the other cabs that I was looking at either had high, low or off. That was it. Very, very limited selection. And here you'll see that there's an opening. Let me see if you can, there you go. You can actually see that the speaker is there, and then it's a big speaker, and you've got this opening here, this port, and you can see some of the wiring, and it's the top left hand corner from the back or the top right hand corner from the front. You can actually see the tweeter, and you can see some remnants of the that epoxy spray which has been sprayed on the inside of, partly sprayed on the inside of the cabinet. And there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4, 5, 6 or 8, and I think there's 8 screws that actually house the speaker in there. So it's a really, really rugged construction, really, really rugged. And underneath, you've got your 4 rubber feet that securely hold this thing in place. And because it's got an epoxy finish, which is like a rough and also tough exterior, it allows the amplifier to sit very firmly. I've read some reviews where bassists were saying that, you know, their amplifiers were moving across the cabinet because there was just so much low end coming out. And look, I bought, let me just sit here and I'll turn it around so you can see it better. I bought this cabinet for $529. Think about it, a 300 watt 4 ohm speaker cabinet with a piezo tweeter and dial, with the option of either with a speaker on or a 6.5 millimeter speaker cable connection. And it is solid plywood from what Warwick have advised me, 15 millimeter solid. It's incredible value, I think. And with the head, the 300 watt head, I ended up paying about $880 for it, which is incredible value. Which, when you think the Fender Rumble 500, which is a great combo, I'm not criticizing it, they cost around sort of $1,100 here in Australia. And even though it's a Fender Rumble 500, it's advertised as 500 watts, it's actually 350 watts. But it becomes a 500 watt amp when you spend more money buying an extension cabinet to connect to the combo, which it then drops from 8 to 4 ohms. But I got a 4 ohm speaker cabinet and the head 300 watts for around $880. And because this is a 15 inch speaker, it's definitely going to be pushing a lot of air. So yeah, I hope you like the review. And seriously, if you can, go check out the Warwick Gnome series. They represent an incredible amount of value for not so an incredible amount of money. So wherever you are, keep safe, stay positive, and most of all, keep rocking.